Spawning in the bottom right in the blue, he is newly returned for Alpha X. Oh, I get to say that. He is classic. And in the upper left, in the red, he is Precise Storm Gaming, the mech god, Gumiho. And yeah, if we have any mods in chat, if they could set up predictions, that would be fantastic. I kind of forgot to, and now I cannot alt-tab out of a game because then we're gonna have FPS losses, and that's gonna make everyone very sad indeed. So yes, you've never seen Classic. Ambulance became a StarCraft fan after Classic left for military. Well, let me tell you, you're in for a treat. I don't know what Classic is playing. I don't know how he's playing. I don't know what type of styles he's doing right now. I mean, he was the master of Phoenix play. He was the master of just playing every style back before he left for military, just consistently getting top 4s in everything. And honestly, I was reading something the other day where someone was like, yeah, Classic going to military at the time he did was probably the biggest what if in StarCraft history. Because it felt like at that point, Classic was just, you know, going from strength to strength. If anything, he was getting stronger. And then he had to go off to military. Like, where could we be with Classic if he goes and, you know, where would we be if he had not gone off to military? If he just instead continued to play StarCraft and continue to improve? You know what? I don't know. Maybe Protoss gets nerfed more. Yeah, Classic versus Rogue, the Blink DT game is just one of those, my goodness, you can do that? I would have found more places to put text structures on the map. That is very true, but Gumiho, well, this is just a scouting SCV here. We don't see anything too crazy just yet, but friends, it is Stargate play, and this, if anyone remembers what Classic played, this should not surprise anyone. I expect to see Phoenix, maybe we'll see an Oracle first, but Phoenix out of the chin toss here. And again, if I think of Classic style, I think of Classic, if I may be allowed to say that. Stargate, it's what I expect. Now, how successfully he is with it, who knows? Yeah, this adept will go down, and that's fine. Meanwhile, it's not relevant. It's not germane to the topic at hand. But my girlfriend's cats just keep running back and forth outside of the office, just meowing loudly, asking for just recognition that they exist. And I'm like, cats, it is 6 in the morning. Why are you awake? All right, so now Oracle's going to dive on in here, and you know, for those of you that say yes, Trap is the best Oracle control in the world, that is true. Trap has incredible Oracle control, but before Trap, there was Classic. Before Trap's just, oh wow, I have best Stargate control. You had Classic, and we're gonna have to see whether that's gonna be true. Oh, he's gonna scout the drop. It's only 4 Marines though, so this may be a bit of a red herring because we did see a Widowmine. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, where's the Widowmine? Yeah, okay, this is just a defensive Widowmine. I'm like, red herring, Widowmine drop, but no. Okay, so now this drop is coming out here from Gumiho as well, but it is a 4 Marine Widowmine drop, and I think this, or medevac drop, and I think more than anything else, this is just a red herring. This is just a build that says, yeah, you should go make drop defense when you really don't need to, but you know, Classic's okay with that because guess what? He has gone for a Phoenix. He's gone for double Oracle. He's doing stuff with this. Oh, he's gonna find the army moving out just a little bit. Will he get, how many Marines is he gonna get here? It's gonna be 1. Oh, he's gonna lose an Oracle, and Oracle for 2 Marines. Not really worthwhile. But Gumiho looks like he does want to get aggressive here. And there we go. The Oracle, no, it's not going to go down. Nice job there from Classic. The Classic is also going to lose his Phoenix, and that is not, well, okay, never mind. Phoenix is not dead, but it's also not alive. It's got like, what? Yeah, 13 HP, it's getting his shields back, but it's not going to be all that useful to hold off on this push because Gumiho is going for this rather weird 2-base push. Like, extremely weird 2-base push. Yes, he's got a 3rd base underway, but you don't see this lack of tech move out here. So the Widowmine's going to go down immediately. Liberator as well. And now, I mean, what really is Gumiho going to accomplish with this? I mean, yeah, he's got a tank, but Classic can just dance outside of tank range for quite a while. Well, he gets out Immortals. Well, he gets out a Void Rays. Well, he gets out Charizlots. And that does mean, yeah, this is not gonna last much longer. Gumiho is gonna be forced to return home, but I think this is just a I'm zoning. As the Oracle continues to find damage here. And yeah, but remember, of course, it does take 3 shots from an Oracle to kill off an SCV, so consider the amount of damage that Classic has managed to get. It is, what, 5 SCVs? Rather nice indeed. We have a drop, yeah, single Cyclone drop on the left-hand side, and just a Scouting Marine as well, but single drop will not be found on out here. I don't believe, yeah, this isn't even a drop. This is just, hey, can I find the Oracle? Can I find the Phoenix? Can I snap that down? Be all of that. But now Classic, yeah, he's got Charge underway, he's got Storm underway. I'm kind of surprised we don't see more Phoenix out of him, just considering the style that he's opted to go for. But still, Charge, Storm, it's going to be effective at the very least. I love that. I love that we cannot have any conversation about the fact that Gumiho and Classic are back like this epic PvT, and it just immediately devolves into Balance Wine. Hey, Aki27, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. What's the next thing we're gonna do on this? I'm actually not sure. But yes, GSL qualifiers tomorrow are gonna be on the Africa channel, and I'll be covering the first half of those. I get my hands on some GSL replays, and I'm not, yeah, that's very, very cool indeed. So now let's see. Classic, he is getting ready to be a bit aggressive here. He's got a War Prism underway. His Storm is done. He's got to have a lot of Storm energy here. There are, what, 4 High Templar. Each of them are sitting pretty high on energy by the time he's going to get ready to attack. Maybe he's even going to wait for +1. Meanwhile, of course, yeah, he's only on 3 bases, so equal here with Gumiho. But he's going to start to build himself a rather large army rather soon. Sitting here on 8 gateways, 8 telewarpings at a time. Say something about that. As there we go, some Archons as well. In Classic, he says, yeah, this is the time. I'm gonna have +1 rather soon. Now here's the thing, 1-1 is just about done here for Gumiho, and he's gonna hit a rather nice push timing of his own with 5 tanks. Oh, the Storm on the high ground. This is gonna actually not gonna kill too much, but it's gonna soften up a good portion of this army. And man, old school techniques here. We don't see flanking Storms anymore. That was something that we saw Classic Parting do, and they're like, yeah, it works out really well. It's a good idea. But then Terran players got so good at dealing with that, they're like, I don't know. You know, the EMPs are just too damn good on the side. And now we have Classic here. He's going for a base trade. Gumiho as well, and they say don't base trade a Terran, but what if the Protoss player is already into the base before the Terran even gets halfway across the map here? Storms on top of all the SCVs just for good measure. 13 SCVs are going down. Classic looking in a dominant position in game number 1. The whole position's rather nice, but the natural is broken. The third base is broken here. We're seeing so much production going down. Zealots are not allowing these SCVs to get on out. In fact, do we have any SCVs on the map? I don't believe so. So this should mean now that as the Zealots, the Stalkers, the Archons, all of that fun stuff start to get on top of this should mean that Gumiho is not going to have a single thing out on the map here, which means a base trade, yes, we're going to have this orbital fly away, but that's going to be just about it. Meanwhile, of course, Classic has his probes on the map. He is finding ways to get out on the map here. And a lot of these production structures actually are starting to burn on down. I think the play here for Classic is, of course, you know, make things start to burn instead of, you know, try to kill off everything. Just make your stuff start burning, and that's fine. Now, the orbitals, oh, one of them is going to get found immediately here. That's going to be rather nice. So where are our SCVs? Yeah, 2 of them have escaped. 2 of them have managed to barely escape, and that's a bit of a problem. And there we go. Yeah, this one command center is going to start to go on down. There we go. They're burning. The SCVs are on the other side of the map. They're not really going to be there to repair. I think this orbital should survive, but actually it's in danger of burning down. And there we go. Now we got the recall here. Oh, there's still 4 tanks though. How good are these shots going to be? We're even going to have an eBay here looking to just eat up all of the charges, but it does not matter. The army of Gumiho is dead. The economy of Gumiho is dead. Gumiho is dead in this game. GG Classic, looking dominant, takes game 1. And in the bottom left, in the blue, looking dominant, game number 1, he is for Alpha X. Classic. And his opponent in the upper right, in the red. He lost the base trade. See what he does in game 2 for Sidestorm Gaming, Gumiho. Right on your own. So I was, sitting here minding my own business yesterday evening, and Sushi comes up to me. He says, "Hey, Bayo, do you work tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yes, I work tomorrow. I work every day. Gainfully employed, all that fun stuff." And he's like, "Well, okay." I'm like, "Well, no, wait. Tell me what you want. Like, tell me what the event is here." And he's like, "Well, it's Classic Gumiho." And I'm like, and he's like, "Oh, well, it actually starts at 6 a.m. your time." I'm like, "That's before I work. I can actually cover this." Oh, incredible news. But unfortunately, though, for Dings, this is not going to be a Tempest Rush. If it is, it's going to be a Tempest Rush on 2 base, and that doesn't seem all that great. Although we have seen some Protoss players starting to experiment with this idea of a 2 base proxy void ray, just more of as a contain than any killer move. I cover who did that? Shoot, I covered that in DreamHack. A game like that in DreamHack with Rushy, but I forget who did it. Yeah, Boss StarCraft. Boss Toss, also. He's not coming back. I mean, I think at this point he is well and truly retired. We see him in Legends of StarCraft events, but that's about it. Although he was streaming StarCraft like, what, 6 months ago or something? Like, he was like, wow, is MC back? But no, he wasn't. Yes. No, yeah, MC did a cover of Let It Go. There's a wonderful clip of him just singing, just warbling, "Let it go! Let it go!" You're like, wow, MC. This is everything I wanted, and I didn't even know I wanted it. No, I'm not thinking of Clem versus Geralt. This was a game that I cast. I didn't do any Clem games when I did my EPT coverage. Okay, so what do we have here? 1-1-1 for the Gumi God. Makes sense. Going to be Widowmine drops coming out of that, I do believe. Yeah, there we go. Second Widowmine underway. So we're going to see a double to triple Widowmine drop coming on in from Gumiho in Classic. Well, he's going to open with double Oracle into Phoenix like he did last game. And you want to talk about things that are a bit interesting. Well, getting 1 Phoenix doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, MC Screams were the original parting streams. You're not wrong. You're really not wrong. But okay, now we're gonna have the Oracle looking to fly in the Widowmine. Is it gonna burrow in a good hiding spot here? Oh, it will. Dead Oracle here. Nice job, Gumiho. This isn't even the best hiding spot. Honestly, it was rather visible. But I don't know. Maybe Classic is just not familiar with that just yet. I mean, it's something that he experienced 100%. It's something that he dealt with back when he was playing competitively the last time. But still, takes a while to get all of that muscle memory back here. He's never gonna have the drop. It's gonna find the third base. It's not gonna, of course, do anything to the third base, but it's gonna find it. Now we're gonna have a drop on into the natural here. And, well, let's see the burrow. Yeah, Classic, very quick on the pull. Well, I'm not even actually gonna see anything. There we go. All right, one probe will go down. Honestly, it could have been 0. And I think, what did we see? An Adept die? Yeah, an Adept was sacrificed as well for that Widowmine. So both Widowmines are now dead. The drop is alive, though. And the benefit of a map like this is even if you have Phoenix, you're not going to be able to find it on the map here. And Gumiho, he's doing the same build he did in game number 1. It's got a Liberator, it's got a Cyclone, it's got some army, but this time it hits even faster because guess what, folks? 28-second rush distance is the way this game goes. And Classic actually getting zoned out a little bit here of his own base. He's going to lose a significant amount. Oracle is going to dive on in once again. And there we go. Now we have the lift on the Phoenix, but it will not matter here. Even with the Guardian Shield, this army is not dying. But if the tank goes down, If the tank goes down, it's going to be enough here. But oh, the hot pickup is killing everything. Oh, Gumiho, calm the hell down. This is not okay. This is just a show match. And certainly showing us much here is now the Liberator. It's finding damage in the natural as well. Yes, eventually Gumiho is going to lose some of his army. But his Liberator, Liberator died? No, it's just finding its way on out. 5 workers go down. Gumiho now up 4 workers. Massive, especially as Classic is on 3 bases. Up a bit of army as well. He's up 73 army supply too. Classic that just a second ago was in the 50s. Yeah. Gumiho looking much better in this game 2 than he did in game number 1. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was like, oh, Gumiho might get it, but these 2 tanks that are of course low, but you gotta do more than get them low. Tanks on 1 HP do just as much damage as tanks on 30 HP or even max HP. So yeah, now Gumiho, he does have his 3rd base. He got everything he wanted out of that push. He did not lose his tank this time. He did not lose the Liberator, and he knocked off a significant portion of Classic's army. Now what I'm trying to figure out though is why in the world Classic is going for this 1 Phoenix, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, 2 Phoenix I can understand, like mass Phoenix I understand, but 1 Phoenix, yeah, it doesn't have that much viability. I mean, yeah, you can lift the tank in the early game, but maybe this is just purely a defensive. I want to be able to lift early game tech structures. This Void Ray will be forced on out here. All right, so Void Ray is now forced on out. Stalkers, they're just posturing. We don't have Blink, of course. It is just Charge that is on the way. Storm as well. We're just seeing kind of a rehash of game number 1, but this time it feels like it's much more in Gumiho's favor than game number 1 was. I love this one harassing Void Ray. He got it for defense, although I don't think he ever actually really made use of it. Now it's the question of, hey, you know, I might as well find some value with it. Now, well, the Liberator's going to fly on in once again. We have no defense here in the main base. Actually, this Liberator can find a really nice spot where the Stalkers cannot find themselves because of these pylons blocking him, but he's not. Instead, he's just going to siege up on top of the entire mineral line. Classic is a little bit slow here on the pull, and by a little bit slow, I mean a lot slow here. 8 workers are going to go on down, maybe even more. And now we have the siege up on top of the Stalker, but instead, yeah, it doesn't even matter here. 2-3 more workers will go on down. 10 probes have died. Meanwhile, we got a fight coming on in. Classic, he's just falling apart. Gumiho's got a 50 supply lead. What did he just kill? Okay, that was a Void Ray, I guess. High Templar have died as well. And yeah, Storm is done, but he's just going to be able to split on out of that here. Archons, they're going down. Zealots, they're going down. Storms, well, they're going down. It's rainy weather, but certainly Gumiho, he packed his raincoat. Now this push is just dynamite. And remember, Gumiho can sit back for a minute. He can go recharge. He can be totally fine because, look, he's in the middle map. Oh, he's in his base. Like, it is so quick across the map here. That Gumiho, he's looking in a damn fine position to make something happen. And, you know, there are no more storms on the map. I don't know if we have any more High Templar. No, we do not. So, yeah, it's all just going to have to be with beef here. And what tank's sieging up on the low ground? I don't think there's going to be enough beef, to be totally honest. Tank's sieging on up. I mean, yeah, we're going to see a warp in coming on in. Gumiho doesn't even need to target down. He says, look, okay, more blood for the blood god here. Everything's going down. I'm going to kill it all anyways. Classic, get out of my game. Classic says, okay, game 3, let's go. Well, he's not doing the same thing as we got a Proxy Reaper coming out in this game number 3. Which, hey, that makes a good bit of sense, right? You play 2 builds early on. You're like, I'm not doing anything too super crazy. And, well, I'm doing something aggressive, right? I train my opponent to think that this is what's going to happen, and then you Proxy Reaper him. Granted, Classic has scouted this. He's aware of what's happening. He knows what he needs to do to deal with this, or at least he should, as he does have the Reaper Cliff. Well, actually, he has this cliff walled off, but he does not have the actual Reaper Cliff walled on off, and that may be a problem. But he should get a pylon down here rather soon. That's where that extra pylon goes anyways. Yeah, there we go. So Reaper Cliffs are now walled on off, and Gumiho, he's gonna do that bunker thing. But I believe, yeah, Classic style this. Okay, so we're gonna see some damage here on this SCV. And Classic kill the SCV. There we go. damage on this SCV immediately, but there's already a Reaper out on the map, and that does mean that realistically, this SCV, well, okay, no, the SCV will not get the bunker up. There we go, and that's going to make this push, it's going to make this hold so much easier here for the chin toss. As now, again, the goal, don't lose any probes. You can afford to lose 1 or 2 because, again, Proxy Reaper, you're fine. There we go, the first probe is now done. Second one, well, we're starting to see the damage snowball just a little bit here. 2 workers do go down. I think that's going to be the extent of it. Yeah, there's a Stalker out as well. 1 shot, and the Reaper is dead. There we go. Reaper's dead. Zealot's still alive. Oh, interesting. We got a second Reaper coming on in. I would think that, you know, the Stalker's already out, so it doesn't necessarily make sense to get a second Reaper. Maybe just for more scouting later on. Maybe to dissuade Classic from running across the map here with his Reaper with the Zealot and looking to get some sweet, sweet revenge for the damage that has been inflicted upon him. Yes, Mr. Tix, I am observing, I am casting, I am running production. I am crying to myself at night. Yes, but Sunlily made okay. Sunlily has made all the graphics. The player intro fly-in, it's using the StarCraft casting tool, but I made a custom CSS file that does all of that. But I got the actual like border from Sunlily. Everything else, you know, I wrote a couple of scripts that make the fly-in, fly-out, just do a bunch of different stuff. So yes, it's a team effort. But I am running the day-to-day production on things, or at least on this cast today. Yes, I'm cooking stuff with my left foot as well. My right foot is currently composing a ballad to Classic to Gumiho, and my left hand is painting a portrait of the chin toss. All right, so now we're gonna have this Widowmine drop come on into the natural here as well. Yeah, okay, Classic. He's quick on the pull. And actually, is he gonna get the medevac? He will. Medevac is dead. Lift on the Widowmine. One probe for 2 Widowmines and a medevac here. What fantastic control from Classic. But oh, there's a second one. There's always 2. There's never just one. And this is going to be rather interesting here. Second drop's going to come on in. Classic. Is he paying it? Yeah. What am I saying? He's Classic. Of course he's fine. Wait, can he get the... is he going to get the gas? No, he doesn't get the gas save. And now he's going to lose a Stalker this time, but that's fine. Wait, do we have an armory that I missed? We do. Okay, yeah. This is a little bit more annoying because, well, you got to reveal it. Classic is, of course, aware of this. There we go. Revelation is down. But this was armory Widowmine drops. And the armory finished after the first set of drops, so I guess that was why I was confused. Thank you, Prentare. Is it Prentare? Prentare? For the portrait, see, no, here's the thing. That's just a portrait so Classic can stare at me as I sleep every night. As again, more drops coming on in. Do we have the... Is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get... Oh, he gets it! That actually dies! Oh, Classic, he did the math. Oh, wait, dropping the main base too. I'm sorry. Finally, we're starting to see some damage here from Gumiho. But I just can't get over the math on that. That Widowmine was about to fire. Right, it had the tracer out. You could see them getting ready to go on out. And he did the math. Be still my beating heart. I can't believe that was as successful as it was. But now we're starting to see these Widowmine, the Medevacs, they're starting to get cleaned on up here. And there's a third base for Classic. Classic is on equal workers though, because finally he took damage. Finally, 7 workers did go down, but 7 workers at the cost of a whole hell of a lot more here for the Terran. I don't know though. Am I starting to get sheets of like Maru versus Youngshik, right? Where drop doesn't work, drop doesn't work. Suddenly it starts working, and Maru wins the game. I don't think so because Gumiho doesn't have his third base on the way. This is just a 5 racks or 4 racks. 4 racks beyond this? Yeah, 4 racks. Oh no, it's 5 racks. I'm sorry, I just can't count. This is just a 2 base all in behind this, and Classic's gonna have some rather nice pressure in the middle term. All right, so now we have a bus coming on in here, And the Oracles, they're gonna bust the bunker down. Now, I don't know if this is the best play. It's just pressure. Stim is done, of course, but we will see some SCVs go down, and that is gonna equalize the score just a little bit. That and SCVs have been pulled. Look at that. All right, look at that income advantage there for our Protoss player here. All right, so now I believe both Oracles are... Oh, only one Oracle's dead. Yeah, didn't fly on and pass the missile turret. That's fine. Phoenix finding more and more value here, but now we got the push. Push from Gumiho coming on in. Charge is done in about 20 seconds, so we will have to see Classic sandbag this just a little bit. His gateways are not done either. And actually, Gumiho, this is a scary army, especially with the lack of charge. We will see a couple of depths die immediately, and man, you kind of forget just how explosive that skin is. But now, okay, so we have Storm. Oh, Phoenix, you got to bait that into the army, Classic. Don't bait it onto your army here. But Storm is done in 5 seconds. That should be the end of things. Right, there we go. So we will see the Robo get targeted on down. +1 is done as well here. Storms are going to be nice. First one's not going to get too much. And now the army running on into the main base. But there's a rally coming on in as well. And this now the Phoenix is going to go down. This army in the main base should die. But it's the army that's rallying. It's the army that's pushing is maybe even more scary for Classic in this game. So he's going to have to just spend warpins all over the place. He will not have... Well, he's not going to have this forge for a while. So there's not going to be an upgrade advantage. There we go. The base... that one Marine is dead. Recall on into the third base. We're going to see Storms. We need to deal with these Widow Mines, by the way. Those are going to be a bit of a problem. There we go. 1 shot, 2 shot. But now Storm is here as well. Classic, he's starting to hold on just a little bit. But as I say that, his army value is just falling through the dumps here. It's now 17 army supply to 45. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, Storm is done. Charge is done. This should be fine. But the rally from Gumiho, maybe it's just too strong. Let's see here. We're on 7 gateways. We're going on up to 9. +2 is underway. That's going to eventually give him upgrade parity. We're going to have a couple more High Templars, more fun in, because he does need those Storms to make this hold happen. And maybe just maybe the hold. Maybe just maybe the hesitation from Gumiho as he gets his army set up for another push. Maybe that's going to be what Gumiho needs to, or that's what Classic's going to need to actually make sure he gets this hold off. Now, there we go. Gumiho running on into this position between the natural and the third base that is so terrifying. And these Widow Mines are a bit of a problem. Now, some of them will be revealed. High Templars, they don't have Storm yet. All right, we're sitting here at 10 energy short of a Storm. And the Widow Mines are not going to be all that great. But, there we go. Now there's our first Storm. And this Stasis Trap's actually doing a really good job to make sure things do not go down. But the third base as well. It's just so hard here for Classic to make this hold. But again, his army supply is starting to climb just a little bit. Storms on the army on the left. The army on the, well, army on the middle left is going to go down. Nice Storm on that clump. There we go. That's a great use of the Stasis Trap. The army on the left-hand side, it is now totally dead. This one Widow Mine is causing some consternation. And we do not have... Where's the Oracle? Okay, there's the Oracle. That does need to be revelated. Oh, yeah, never mind. It's just going to get found on out here. Gumiho. Classic does not see that. Okay. Drop in the main base here. Gumiho, he's trying to swarm, but Classic has actually held. It was 50 army supplied at 10 at one point, and Classic had found just enough. We're going to see just Storm on top of this drop. No, it's not even going to be that. This push is not coming. Not yet. And suddenly, Classic's in a fantastic position in this game. We got warpins everywhere. Storms on top of the... It's going to be a late Storm. Bit of a waste of energy there. But yeah, as someone in chat says, we need to see massive service here. We need more detection because... These Widow Mines are pretty much the only thing that Classic really has to worry about. That's a nice Widow Mine shot. Okay, now observers are starting to hit the field just a little bit. We're going to have this. Is this going to be a drop or just a text? Yeah, it's just going to be a text snipe. You're trying to knock down what's not an Orthosis pylon, but is going to depower one gateway. He's going to depower the Stargate. And Gumiho, what a great game we have between these two. Gumiho just active everywhere on the map. Classic just bending but not breaking as he is up workers. He's down army supply, but that's fine. He was temporarily up in army supply, which is crazy. He's getting his second tier of splash. Right, we have a Colossus underway. We have extended thermal lance on the way. And once it's Storm plus Colossus, I think Classic's going to be totally fine here. But he wants to keep this. He does want to keep this fourth base up. Ooh, those were some Widowmine shots, but now they're going to start to go on down, and this should be the end of the observers being just incredibly powerful to the point where you're like, oh, why are these Widowmines so good? Well, observers are now finally, well, actually, we only have one, and it's not even with the army. Classic just very intent on saying, look, I got an Oracle. That's all the reveal I'm going to need. That's fine. Okay, now the Stalkers are going to bling on forward here. One medevac goes down. Second one just barely survives. Gumiho's got the kite on. And actually, he's going to be able to knock this army down for the most part, doing a really good job of whittling it down. But pretty quickly here, we're going to have multiple Colossus. We will have, what do we have? How many Colossus on the field right now? We have 2. We're going to go on up into 3. Yeah, 3 Colossus. Of course, double Robo. We're going to see Disruptors behind that as we see all 3 tiers of a splash. But Gumiho, he's just flanking on in. Oh, that stasis. Classic. He put him to sleep. Not putting us to sleep, though. These games are fantastic. And, man, game 1 was... Oh, Widowmines. They will not get the high... Oh, man. We almost saw a bunch of High Templar sniped by Widowmines. Okay, this push is not getting much done either. The stasis trap is keeping everything alive. Storm's on top of the army. Colossus as well. Yeah, this Gumiho was just trying to be everywhere on the map, and it just means he's dying everywhere on the map. Okay, can we please have some observers? Can we please have some... There are 4 Widowmines here. They're probably going to get this Oh, they're going to get the Oracle. Oracle's dead. And 6 workers. This is why you get observers, Classic. I'm sorry, I'm calm. I'm collected here. But also interesting, we're going up to like 5-6 Colossus. This is super anachronistic here from Classic. You'd love to see it. All right, but now we're going to have, once again... we're going to have Gumiho stim into this base, and he's going to be able to knock down 1 Colossus in production. So it's only going to be 4 Colossus here. Soon only going to be 3 because, hey, you know, that's a dead Colossus. And we're actually seeing a significant lack of shield batteries in this game. Were shield batteries a thing when Classic was last playing? I don't remember. Yes, you do occasionally see disruptor stasis. It's really hard to time out though. So I see a lot of pro players try it, and then they just kind of drop the disruptor shot too early or drop it too late. It doesn't really work out. Okay, so I just want to know how Gumiho is in this game. Honest, like Gumiho was super all in. He got held, and Classic has, you know, not won this game yet, which is really impressive. Really, it feels like more that Classic is just not giving the army of Gumiho the respect that it deserves here. But now, okay, War Prism is going to find on back. We're going to have some defensive storms coming on in. And hey, you know what? Doesn't matter how good your upgrades are, right? It is 3-2 here versus 3-1. Storms are the great equalizer. Storms do damage through all of that. As Classic, he's starting to get a lot of damage here. The drop on into the natural. 9 more workers do go down. Classic, he falls below Gumiho's. He falls 12 workers behind Gumiho's income at this point. And yeah, he's got a bigger army, but there comes a point where you need some money. There we go. Quad drop on into the main base. Gumiho, again, realizing that he can't fight this army straight on up, but what he can do, he can drop everywhere. He can just try to tear Classic apart, and he's actually doing a fantastic job of that. Viking's going to fly on into the main base as well, zoning things out. Where is Classic? Yeah, Classic's just going for base trade once again. This is game number 1, but this time it's don't base trade to Terran, and the Terran has first mover's advantage. The Terran has 5 command centers, and I don't think this is going to work out for Classic nearly as well as game number 1 did. That being said, I mean, he does have a big army. It is a terrifying army. We will have to see whether Classic is going to have his +2 get canceled or get delayed in any way. It probably is. We're going to see more cannons coming on into this third base, but hey, there's an empty spot behind this behind the mineral line where suddenly the cannons will not cover. All right, so 30 SCVs have died here. Classic's now going to look to break this third base, but again, I don't like that. Oh, the Zealots are caught behind everything too. You got to let them through. You got to let the Archons. You got to let the Zealots through these Stalkers. There's not a lot of there's more effective DPS in this army than there actually is at the moment. But now, okay, we're gonna find this army of Classic. It's gonna break the third base here. It will knock that down. It's gonna knock all this production out. Here, a recall on into this base. Okay. All right, so where are we at? Yeah, okay. You know what? Classic has enough. Despite that, I did not think Gumiho. I thought Classic was going to be fast, or I thought Gumiho was going to be fast enough, but no. Classic, he takes game 3. And I think this. I think the GSL qualifier cast is going to be a solo cast. I've asked a couple people, and no one is free. But that's fine. It just means you get to enjoy my dulcet tones and my slow descent into madness, as we cover many replays of the freaking GSL qualifiers. And how awesome it is that in 2021, finally, there can be coverage of the qualifiers. I mean, for years, GSL has held those replays tighter to their chest than I hold my hopes and dreams of maybe once in this world winning a ZVP. No, Sushi, not then a mother to their baby. It's me and my hope of actually winning a ZVP, because that's just is never gonna happen. But I gotta hope. I hold it tightly to my chest. You cannot get those replays, Quasium. The fact that they are releasing them to us to cast them is already a coup. They are never going to release those into the wild. I mean, maybe there's a world where, you know, StarCraft is not a thing anymore, and they don't, and then they say, oh yes, these are all of the GSL replays, have fun. But I doubt even that, honestly. Not Nithor, maybe for other people, but it's funny, like my win rates are, you know, 60% ZVT, something like that, 70 odd percent ZVZ, and then yeah, like 10% ZVP, because I like to run my units into storms and then die. That's how that works. Anyway, so Classic, he's got a new build, or a standard build, but he's got a new thing here in this game. It's gonna be a blink build from the Chin Toss in this game number 4. And you know what? It's gonna be interesting to see how this one works out. So what do we have? We have double Cyclone scouting here. I love seeing these old players come back from the military, because they learn the new meta. It's fine, and they adopt it. But also they go and they kind of adopt their old ideas to things, right? We see it's a really good, yeah, DRG is a really good example of this with his take on Lingbane Muta, which is a bit more anachronistic than the modern one. It's got a fantastic mix of modern ZVT and you know, 2, 3, 4 years ago ZVT. Or, you know, the fact that Muta Corruptor is now a thing that DRG is doing against a Sky Toss, which is something that we haven't seen since Heart of the Swarm, but it's actually looking rather good. So it's pretty cool here to see Classic Gumiho showing off their new ideas, their old ideas about the matchup. I mean, I hear Queen Walk is a strong option too, but I'm an honorable macro Zerg. I refuse to do that. All right, so looks like here Gumiho is very afraid of. Gumiho is of the opinion that there is going to be DTs on that. We have 2 missile turrets. This is interesting. I mean, yes, this is 3 CC play, but that means you should be less afraid of DTs, right? Because you got triple scan. I am extremely surprised to see the fact that we have see missile turrets going down. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, it's the Snipe and Observer. Is this the snipe? Is this really what this is? Is this the Snipe and Observer? I mean, I guess maybe that's the idea, but it's not going to work anyways. Now there's a tank that has range on the high ground, so these stalkers are not going to get too much here. How many gates are we at? So this is technically 3 gate aggression, but there's no War Prism here, so it's not going to be super committed. All right, there we go. So we're gonna have to scan the lock on here. No blinks in the main base for Classic. Not that he's really gonna try to do that. I mean, he's got his third base underway. Storm about halfway done. Charge about halfway done. Gumiho, he's not even going for a big timing, right? He's gonna have +1 stim combat shields, all that fun stuff, but it's behind a third base. Again, this is Gumiho playing a much more defensive style here on Juggernaut, which means we're probably gonna have another fantastic game like we did in game number 3. Okay, so let's see. Charge is just about done here. Classic's just going to look to sit in the middle of the map, of course, with these stalkers. Pair away as many, ideally, marauders as he can, ideally, medevacs as he can. But really just run on back. Thank you, boss StarCraft. Although it is Beowulf, not Beowulf. Anyway, yeah. So actually, if you want to see some older replays, I did cast Best of 9 between Innovation and Classic. That is on the AlphaX YouTube channel. No, it's not a replay. This is, in fact, live. Amidst all the memes, we are live here. And okay, so where are we at? Gumiho now getting active on the map a little bit. This is a big army from Classic as well. One of the benefits of the style that he has gone for, it means you get a lot of stuff early on. It's really good at crushing these early Terran move-outs. So let's see. We have something. I guess just a Marine. Yeah. Scouting Marine's going to try to find things in Classic. He just circumnavigated the entire army. He says, look, I don't want to fight you here, but also it means that the storms are not going to be nearly as impactful because half of them are going to get flanked on out here. This army is so overstimmed. It is so far down. The storms are just dropping on top of everything. But Classic, his army supply is not increasing here. And if he's not careful, he's just absolutely going to get surrounded. The storms on the right-hand side are nice. The storms on the left-hand side are doing a pretty good job here. Gumiho, his army's just melting, but is there enough? The third base goes down. I didn't even notice. Gumiho didn't lift. And GG, friends. Classic, he takes another game. He's now up 3-1. Spawning in the upper left in the blue. He is up 3-1 in this series for AlphaX Classic. And the bottom right in the red. He's down 1 game in this series, but you know, honestly, he's looked pretty good, even in the games that he's lost. He is, for Storm Gaming, a Gumiho. Now, see, Blue Hair Critic, that's the thing. I have a girlfriend, so I'm not a gamer. All right, that's why I'm a caster, not a gamer. It's very different. Come on. I don't play games anymore. I just talk about them. Look at this. We got a max packs build coming in from Classic in this game. And hey, you know what? We talk about anachronisms. We talk about old builds and old styles and old ideas. But sometimes even an old dog can learn new tricks here. Classic going for something that, again, it's rather new. This was not a thing when he left. And the question now is what version of it? Looks like it's just going to be your standard max packs. Oh, you got to be careful. Oh, yeah, never mind. This is scouted anyway. It's like, yeah, be careful. You don't lead him back to it. But no. And SCP scouted that out, I believe. Yeah, okay, this has been scouted. So, Grand Center on the high ground. This is not going to get nearly as much as Classic would like, but, well, good enough here. We may even see Classic just wait to get until his Cybercore is done so we can get Stalkers out. Is he going to do anything with this, actually? There we go. Stalkers on the way. Okay. Oh, wait, is this 2 gates? I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. My bad. And mech, no, honestly, I'd say mech first toss is more viable now than it really ever was. I mean, we in the last year or two, we've seen a couple rather successful mech versus bio games. I love this one Marine just running. He's like, ah, yes, I'm going to get this probe if I die, or I'll die trying. And actually, no, he's going to get the probe, but that's you know, that's a bit of fun. So the Stalker's continuing to find some damage. We will have to see a bunker get. We're going to get a bunker forced here. Now, yeah, this Marine is going to pop out on the wrong side. It's going to go down. But this Widowmine out, though. This Widowmine really should make... Wait, one... Yeah, okay, this... Yeah, no. No more damage here from Classic anymore. Is he going to get a third... Oh, wait, actually, you know what? We might see an Adept trick. Because Adept is now here. And it's not the easiest thing to do. But you can go... You can run on forward. Yeah, Classic moving on in. He's got the Adept trick, does he? Oh, the Unburrow. And what a weird game. What a weird game this has turned out to be. And the Widowmine actually has been forced back a little bit because it's rather low. And that means this supply depot is going to go down. You don't get to, it doesn't get to stop the second, but this is a supply depot that will die. And now there's a way into the base. 2 workers have died. I don't think this is going to, I don't think Classic's going to commit to this. Like, it's not. The only goal here is to A, kill SCVs, B, kill structures, C, you know, just contain Gumiho, make it so he can't take a natural. And okay, so we got a Widowmine drop coming on in on the left-hand side. Yeah, I'm sorry about ads. Pre-rolls are a pain, and I wish Twitch didn't do it. But anyways, okay, so what do we got here? Widowmine drop coming on in Classic. He's on top of thing. I mean, why am I even showing you this? Classic is just 200% on top. He's gonna get the. Oh no, he's not actually. No. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Gumiho is gonna be much happier. Wait, does the probe kill it? Probe does not kill it. Probe sacrifices his life for the cause. 2 probes do go down. Classic, though, he's mining off of his natural for quite a while. He's up 4 workers. He's chronoing more and more out. He was up 6, but that's fine. I mean, that's expected damage. It's very rare a game where you take 0 damage from a Widowmine drop. So functionally, that was 0 damage. And he's got Blink going behind this. Behind this, we should see a 3rd base. We should see Charge. We should see Storm. And I only say this because this is what Classic has been doing like every game in this series, even if it is somewhat non-standard. Yeah, honestly, I'm impressed with both players here. Gumiho is not quite at the winning EP Cup form yet, but he's getting pretty close to going and getting into the top 8, especially once the seed gets higher, as the seed continues to be higher, because like he's unfortunately running into like Astrea in the round of 64 right now, or at least he did last time. And then he's like, yeah, he didn't get much further than that because he ran into Astrea 2 weeks in a row. He did the same builds, and Astrea had it figured out the second time they played. But in general, right, it's good to see the improvement that we're seeing from Gumiho week after week. It's actually pretty cool because I have had the opportunity to cast Gumiho pretty much every week since he's returned, and we are seeing him improve. We are seeing new ideas. We're not seeing the double Marauder opener anymore that he was doing in the EPT Cup like 2-3 weeks ago. Because I think that one has been figured out, or so he just has realized it's not all that great. Stuff like that. So now, okay, the pylon is down. We're going to see this gateway go on down here. Stalker's not going to get too much. I mean, they're doing a good job. They're knocking down supply depots. They're killing off SCVs, doing all that fun stuff. How much? Yeah, we have a Widowmine. We got Marines. We got tanks in the high ground. This is not... Stalkers aren't going to be able to find their way on in there. But again, it's fine. This is just contained. This is just a... I want to know when you move out. I want to know how you move out. I want to know why you move out. But this drop has been scouted. This drop has been scouted by the observer. We noticed Classic is like, yeah, I know what you're up to. I've seen that, so I'm going to position my... Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, nice little bait and switch here from Gumiho. He knows he's been scouted, so he's just going to use it to kill off the observer. That's pretty cool. Classic has been practicing for just about 6 weeks. He was announced to Alpha X on Saturday. Yeah, on Saturday, while I was casting EPT Cup, was when that announcement came on out. So like late night, Saturday night. He qualified for Code A on Monday, Tuesday of this week through the second day of qualifiers, so he does have to go through Code A. And his first televised match. This is his first televised match. Anyway, Storm is now done. We got this push on the right-hand side, and we should just see some juicy Storms. There's no class. Gumiho is paying attention, though, so that's fine. Raven's starting to find a little bit of damage, but not anything significant. But we are seeing one of the downsides of a build like this. You don't build army supply all that quickly for a while. So Gumiho is up rather significantly in army supply. It was like a 30 supply lead for a second, but hey, you know, you're warping more zealots. It's going to be much more of a fun time here. Now, the tanks, they're going to shell away at a lot of this. And this is why, by the way, this is why you mine out this mineral line. Strictly so you don't run into these tank pushes. Granted, it's not as scary as, there was a map that actively meant that you could siege up a tank behind a wall and still get damaged. Oh, that's a juicy Storm. You could actively siege up behind something and then get damage done. Oh, it was, oh shoot, what was it? It was the most Terran favored map before Submarine hit the pool. Ragnarok played a very good map against, Dead War Prism, okay. Ragnarok played a fantastic game against Mario on it, and Ragnarok's first GSL in a bit. But I mean, Classic is starting to recoup his army supply, and actually, he's looking for some reinforcements here. I don't know whether this is a reinforcement check or a run-by check, but he will be able to find what he's looking at. He's going to get the reinforcements, going to find his way on into the natural force. Gumiho to return home, as we have this random mule that was pulled off the line, I guess. Now, again, excuse me, the Terran army here is going to keep pushing in, right? We are starting to see some damage onto this Nexus, but it's going to take a while for this Nexus to go down, if it ever does. Meanwhile, these Zealots are making it so really there's going to be not really a rally for the time being. Maybe that's going to be something, but now High Templar will get killed here. And I'm like, Classic's in a decent position, but now we're going to have Zealots coming on in from behind. I feel like the army from the front attacked just a little bit too soon, but actually, yeah. So the base, there was a push through there. The mineral line was mined out, I guess, by Gumiho, actually. Classic breaks the entire thing. I did not expect that to be that easy. With 5 tanks, with +1, and Classic didn't. I did not expect that to be that easy of a break, especially with Classic kind of triggering the attack from the front before he triggered the attack from behind. It was a bit asynchronous. But now Storm's on top of everything. Charge lots are tanky boys. And now Classic, he's up workers by 4, but fine. He has 4th base underway. He's up army by a little bit more, by just about 11 supply. And he's got his 4th base underway. He's in a wonderful position in this game to take names, to bubblegum, and win series, something like that. But it's also interesting. I talked about this in the last game. Classic does not seem to like his shield batteries. I don't think we've seen a single shield battery in this entire game. And I get part of that. Oh, that's a juicy Storm. And I get part of that is, Classic is old school, right? He hasn't been playing nearly as much as he might otherwise. Or he's coming back, right? 6 weeks back. And when you come back to the game, the first thing you do is you play your old builds and get your mechanics back. And then you start to learn new stuff. I mean, that's how I approached it when I came back to the game after not playing for a while. Now we're going to have the break coming on in anyways, even with the armor shredder. Does not matter. Storm's on the back line. Classic is just crunching on through. Zealot Archon Storm. What year is it, folks? Well, it is Classic's year, as now Gumiho now only on 27 supply. GG. Classic's going to take game number 5, and he's going to be 1 game away. Yeah, I mean, he overstayed a little. I did not realize that a portion of that mineral line had been mined out. Because I'm like, yeah, I don't know how Classic gets through to that. I mean, he can sweep in from behind, but well, there's no wall in the mineral line. The mineral wall is still there, and you can't get through. But maybe even Gumiho mined that out. I'm not totally sure. Regardless, there was that one spot that the Zealots could filter on through, and the bio was not up against it to form a choke that would allow Gumiho to just shred everything. So the Zealots found their way on through, the Archons found their way on through, and suddenly that position that Gumiho had was not nearly as nice as it might otherwise be. Now look at this Gumiho, he's opening Marine first in this game, and we should see Marine into Reactor, which means that most likely this is going to be a heavy barracks play. Like 2-3 barracks with either a 253rd base, if it's 2 racks, or just, 3 racks fun shenanigans. I mean, there's always the option that Gumiho goes for a 1-1-1, but generally, okay, it will be 1-1-1. I was gonna say generally when I see Marine into Reactor, it is that barracks play. So now we got Classic going for a Stargate build in this game. No surprise there. Stargate rather good on this map with all the dead air space, and also, well, it's good because you can find damage. Also good because you know the Terran is most likely going to be dropping and doing something like that, and getting your Phoenix out early, being able to patrol that dead air space, it's a wonderful thing. All right, so let's see. Natural is now done. We have Widow Mines underway. We're gonna have to see whether this is gonna be single Widow Mine, like just for defensive utility, or whether this is gonna be Widow Mine drops. That Gumiho has been going for Widow Mine drops in most games, so that's probably what this is gonna be. And Classic is really taking no damage from these Widow Mine drops every single game. So now the Adept's gonna try to find his way on in. Will be not successful, or will not be successful. There we go. Widow Mine. Yeah, okay. So Widow Mine drops are gonna be the name of the game. Gumiho is going, or Classic is going to open up with an Oracle, and you know what? This is not a hidden Widow Mine spot, but I'm not convinced that there's a spot the Oracle can find outside of this slow zone before the Widow Mine shot goes on off. So I like that positioning there. Really cool from Gumiho. Yeah, it's an ultra-shaped face or a panda. There are caged ultras all over the map, which is pretty cool. So now Oracle's going to look to dive on in here. Widow Mine is going to burrow. And, well, Oracle's just going to look to dive on by. A couple Marines will go down. I think that's going to be just about it. Yeah, okay. Oh, second. I didn't even see that second Widow Mine. Nice job there from Gumiho. He's going to get knocked down the Oracle. Do we have an armory? No, this is just standard play. That's fine. But now the drop's going to find its way onto the other side of the map here. Phoenix are underway, but there is only going to be one done by the time of this. So one Widow Mine can get lifted. Oh, it's the baits. Gumiho with the, oh, yeah, I'm just marauding around. It's fine. Don't pay attention to me. Like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't think Classic is going to fall victim to this, though. I don't even know if Classic is going to see this. It's the bait on the dark side of the map, the spot that Classic has never seen. That's fun. Yeah. You'll love to see us. We have a lot of aggression coming here from Gumiho in this game. Do we have tanks with this? Yeah, we do. SCVs, tanks, all that fun stuff. Gumiho is looking to get aggressive here, and he's gonna repair the Widow Mine. Okay, Gumiho, calm down. Now, okay, we're gonna have this push happening on in earnest here. The Widow Mines are gonna get lifted, so they should get targeted on down. Maybe the tank is actually just not dying. Well, the tank is just not sieging on up. Tank is going to be repaired though, so that's nice. Widow Mines, or excuse me, SCVs are gonna start to go on down here, but the Phoenix are still alive. That's the big thing. You get those Phoenix lifts, and it is so dang nice. Liberator getting pretty low as well here. More and more Phoenix looking to dive on in. Missile turrets coming on in. Widow Mine is going to get picked up. That is a dead. Widow Mine. Widow Mine 1 goes down. Widow Mine 2 goes down. And we're going to start to see this medevac die as well. The Phoenix are just not taking damage, it feels like. And hey, folks, more importantly, guess what? We have actual missile turrets. Or not missile turrets, I'm sorry. We have actual shield batteries coming up in this game. This is just a hard push from the Gumi God here. He's gonna get on top of this. Yeah, the first time we see a shield battery, tanks just kill it immediately. Oh, that's unfortunate. But with these 5 Phoenix on the field, and yes, there's another Liberator, we're gonna start to see some Widow Mines. Now the rest of the SCVs are gonna get targeted on down here. Please lift them. These the big problem here, of course, is this really are the SCVs. And it looks like Gumiho's actually in a rather good position to take this game. Nothing has died. Classic only on 10 supply. GG. Gumiho, he actually takes another game in this series. In the upper right, in the blue. He's at 4-2 in this series for Alpha X. Looking to take it away. Close it out. Classic. And in the bottom left, in the red, he's down 2 games, but not out, and he's got some pretty damn cool builds. Sidestorm Gaming's Gumiho. Yeah, the tanks got, I mean, he got the Widowmines, sure, but the tanks got very close to dying, and then we saw them get fully repaired. ITaX got almost dead and then fully repaired. It's just a lot of damage that was totally negated by those 3 SCVs being there. And then we saw the turrets going up and everything else that they provided. Yeah, Classic kills those SCVs. He wins the game. Really, really MVPs of that push. But I mean, that's fair, right? How many times has Classic seen a push like that happen since he's come back? And realistically, how many times has he seen a push like that in general? That feels like a very specific Gumiho thing that you don't see elsewhere. Why, thank you on your own. I appreciate that. I can't control the I can't control the players, but I'm glad you enjoyed my casting. Yeah, and the quick ghost after 1-1 is often kind of an all-in anyways. It comes with rather delayed 2-2. Anyway, so Gumiho again, he's going for a similar opening that he's done every game, and I'm kind of disappointed we don't see the 2 Marauder opening, but I guess he's realized it's not good. Yes, Smash Tomato Classic is back from the army. He's been practicing for just about 6 weeks now. 6 or 7 weeks. He qualified for Code A on Tuesday. He does have a low seed because he did not qualify through the upper bracket on Tuesday. He made it to the finals and lost 2-1 to, I want to say, Dream. And he was signed to Alpha X on Saturday. So this is his first official televised match, and I'm so lucky that I get to cover it. It's very exciting. Now this Adept is going to find its way on in, and you know what? Because he chose to kill off that Marine, it does mean that the natural will complete. It will not be delayed. A bit unfortunately there for Classic. He could have gotten a lot more damage, but now okay, this is the double Hellion opener. And what did we see when Gumiho went for the double Hellion opener? Well, it's actually not double Hellion, it's quad Hellion. And friends, StarCraft fans, it is going to be Hellion drops in this game number 7 here. Game's going to end really quickly, or it won't, as this Adept is going to dive on in, or at the very least make it look like he is, but he's not. Now Hellions are going to get to run on the map onto the other side of the map here. Classic may just die to this. Let's see, he is on 1 gateway. He's got 2 more underway. That's fine. He doesn't have anything in position. Now he may scout this, but again, you need army units already in position to make sure that you do not die to this drop. You need stalkers killing, or adepts or whatever you need, killing them off immediately. And now we're going to see the drop coming on in here. 4 Hellions diving on in. Of course, only 3 kill a probe. So, well, you get 4, you get even more. So 4 workers die immediately. The magic number is 8. 5 workers are dead. And, oh, nice save into the gas here. That's rather nice. 5 workers, of course, going to be the toll right now. I would think Gumiho is going to be able to get more. Yeah, he's going to look to dive on into the natural, I think. Okay, dive on into the natural here. Only 1 stalker in the natural, 2 stalkers in the natural, actually. None of these Hellions are super damaged. You need to get 2 of them to prevent just catastrophic damage. Whoa, look at that block, though. The 1 Hellion, that's going to be fantastic. 4 more workers do go down, but the medevac should start to die at this point. There we go. Blink is done. So 9 total workers have died. Classic's down by 1 worker. Yeah. Gumiho's in a wonderful spot this game. Like, is this... yeah, this is absolutely enough. Classic, he has delayed his 3rd base. He does have Blink, and... do we have... wait, let's see. We have 1 tank out. We're going to have a 2nd tank underway. Where is that Liberator? Is it going to try to find some damage? It is. Oh, that's pretty cool. So Liberator harassment on top of things. There are 2 Hellions, and any of these probes damage? No. So it's not like we're going to see some cleanup kills of these 2 Hellions in the medevac. Honestly, the Stalker's just going to be able to kill that one off. And yeah, Starport is going on home, but Classic, he's just going to sit back. He's going to macro up. He's like, I probably cannot break you at this point. I know you got a factory. Even if the starport is missing, even if your medevacs are going to be a little bit slower, well, realistically, there's not a lot of room for Classic to find a lot of damage. The high ground tank as well just says, no, not going to work. Yeah, against Hellion drops, you don't want you actually don't want shield batteries, because the way it works, right, is I love this missile turret to kill off the observer. This is something that I've only seen Gumiho do. It's cheeky as hell, and oh, so fancy. Anyway, yeah, you don't want the missile turret again, or you don't want a shield battery against a quad Hellion drop, because, well, 3 Hellions, 1 tap probes anyways. So yeah, as someone in chat says, it just makes them clump on up. Also, Dings in response to what you said earlier, my pleasure. So glad I could bring you these games. Anyway, so yeah, Templar Archives is just about done. Classic now has a small worker lead, but he's starting to get that more and more. As again, he's spending a couple chronos into his work in production. He does have 3 base, and he's getting a bunch of gateways up, going on up to 8 gateways here. There we go, 5. Yeah, 3 more gateways. So it's gonna be 8 gateways, charge, storm, all of that fun stuff. And you know, the downside of this push that Gumiho is going for, it is a lot later than it would be without the Hellion drops. And that means that storm will be done, but charge is going to be very late indeed. How many Templar Archives do we have? Oh, he's going to move into scan range. And one of them, oh, one's going to get on down. Oh, what a lock on there. That is unfortunate. 2 High Templar died of the Cyclone. And this makes this hold so much more difficult. Now, charge is not done. Charge is not anywhere close to being done here. There's going to have to be a blink hold, and oh, the Stalkers are taking more and more damage. Gumiho, he's got his opponent in a headlock here, and unfortunately, he's not going to let him go. All the Stalkers die, so that's not going to be a hold. Third base is still under fire. Charge is still 20 seconds out, right? Charge is not going to happen all that quickly. Classic is now down 40 army supply, and yeah, he's got Storm. But, well, that's going to be a nice storm to start. Gumiho runs on in, tries to see if he can snipe a High Templar, but that is just about it. There is no more storms in the game, so we're not going to see some massive charge storm hold here. And Gumiho, it feels like he's found his legs. It feels like he's found his game here, as now charge is done, so maybe this is going to be it. Stalker's going to blink on top of the Liberator, try to target that one down. 1 tank is dead. 2nd tank, 3rd tank, 4th tank, though, those are the ones that are going to have to do the damage here. And 2nd tank's dead. 3rd tank is getting killed on off here, but it's not going to be enough. GG. Classic. He's going to fall down. Gumiho is going to take game number 3. So now this begs the question. Gumiho, he has seen tremendous success in all of his games that he's been aggressive. I believe that it's all 3 games that he has won. The games that it's been, you know, closer to a 6-minute timing, +1 stim combat shield or whatever else he wants to go for there. Even quick 3cc builds doesn't seem nearly as good. So I think if I'm Gumiho, I roll something else. I don't know, maybe it's Banshee play. That seems like a Gumiho. That actually is a very much a Gumiho thing to do. Maybe it's Cloaked Widow Mines. I don't know. It's something. We're just gonna have to see how aggressive Gumiho opts to be. But certainly, you know, natural on the low ground. Reaper expand is going to be the play. That's also interesting, right? On a big map like 2,000 Atmospheres, Gumiho has opted to go for Reapers. No, I kind of would have expected this to be a Marina expand on this map. All right, so yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what Gumiho goes for, because again, my idea is that he does something aggressive, but it's too early to too early to tell at this point. In Classic, he's going back to the old standby. It's going to be a Stargate opener, but we've seen Gumiho knows how to deal with this, at least to some extent, right? He goes and he drops missile turrets on a committed push with Widow Mines and all that fun stuff. And just a bunch of Marines early on, but this is a map that I don't know if you can get away with that nearly as well, right? Because on this map, well, on this map, it's rather long. Yeah, it's not as bad as I don't know, Ice and Chrome or something. Pour one out for that map. It was really good. We never really saw it come to full fruition. So we got a bit of a 2-on-1 here. So realistically, we should probably see a third barracks come on down at some point. eBay. So +1 stim combat shield timing is going to be the name of the game here from Gumiho, I believe. Maybe it's just going to be stim combat shield timing because this is an earlier second barracks. And you know what? That's actually rather good against the Phoenix opener that, or the how many Phoenix do we have right now? Oh, actually, that was a hallucinated Phoenix. Never mind. For the opener that Classic has opted to go for. And again, I am very surprised that Classic has opted to go for the. It's always double Oracle into Phoenix. This very much feels like a like a PVZ opener, right? An anachronistic one. You go on in, you have the 2 Oracles, you lift the Queen, you wipe out a mineral line. Oh, look at that state. That is not a spot that we will ever expect to see a stasis trap. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the Oracles, they're now going to dive on into the natural here. And hey, you know what? They will start to find some stuff because they don't 2-tap. They don't 1-tap paired up. They don't 1-tap SCVs. But they're able to get a decent amount here. 4 workers go down. They're going to find a little bit more in the natural before they're shoved on out. And oh, the stasis. Oh, it's only going to get 3 Marines. Oh, man, that was almost the coolest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, 4 Widow Mines in this drop. Yeah, Gumiho's doing so. Is he gonna pull SCVs with us? No, it's just bio. We probably will see a tank eventually. No, okay, no tanks either. Yeah, we don't have the tech for that. Just the push for Gumiho. It's worked for him in some games. It's gonna work for him in any more. That's the question here. Phoenix doing a pretty good job of knocking down this this medevac before it really. Oh, it's gonna release everything. The splits are gonna be good enough. Yeah. Okay, so. The Phoenix goes down, the Oracle goes down, but only 2 probes for 4 Widow Mines. But now we're gonna have the Simon into the natural here. The pylon's gonna get, oh, it's not even the pylon. It's gonna get the Robo here, which means no observer, but do we have an armory? We do here. Oh God, this is painful. This is so bad here for Gumiho. He's only got 1 Oracle, or only so bad for Classic. 18 workers, 20 workers do go on down. What else is he gonna get? He's gonna get the pylon. That is an Artosis pylon. No, he's not, but Widow Mine shots, they're going off once again. Gumiho, he's found his opening. He's found everything he wants, everything he needs, everything he could possibly love in this game. 22 workers go down. Classic, he's not GG'd out, but he's dead in this game. And friends, we're gonna go to game 7 unless Classic makes miracles happen. And I don't believe in miracles. I wish I could say I do, but I don't believe in miracles in this game. Hey, Daigas, if I was rigging this, it'd be rigged so Classic wins, right? Because this is Alpha Extreme. Classic is now an Alpha X. I'm just really excited. It's actually, the 4-1 to 5-4 thing is actually not all that uncommon in best of 9s, because like you see players do this thing that normally would work rather well. Oh, Widow Mine shots coming on once again. Probes are gonna get pulled, but yeah, that's gonna be the target fire. 3 more workers go down. Now we got a stim on into the 3rd base as well. There we go. GG, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, non-binary pals. We have a game 9. Spawning in the bottom right in the red. He is tied up in this series for Alpha X. Classic. In the upper left, in the red. Taking the last 3 games here. Looking absolutely dominant in them as well. He is, for Storm Gaming, the 4th horseman of Terran, Gumiho. Chris Hansen, man, I'm jealous. I tried to get a 5950, or I tried to get a 5900. 5950 was a little bit too rich for my blood and not really what I needed for forever. I eventually broke and got a 5800, which is not bad. Chris, what I will also say is I find often when I load into a stream for the first time, it lags and I have to refresh the stream after I load the stream, which is really annoying. It's just a Twitch thing. That may be what's up for you. Do I know REP? I'm not totally sure what you mean by that. Also, by the way, notice here in this game number 9, Gumiho is like, look, you're trying to block my... I don't care, right? My command center can lift. And I'm surprised... This is something I'm surprised we don't see Terrans do even more, because when they get blocked for so long by a probe, you know, at that point, suddenly adepts can run across the map and cause problems. So I like what Gumiho's done here. Also, hello, Holy Hit. How is your pursuit of winning games with gamepads going? No, Gumiho is one of the 4 horsemen of Terran. It is Byun, TY, Gumiho. Gumiho at one point was the horseman. Byun, TY, Gumiho, Maru. I know at points Gumiho has been considered one of the horsemen. Pretty sure. Anyway, innovations in military now, so I can get away with it anyways. That's McCann. TY is in military too, so yeah. Now there are only 3 horsemen: Byun, Maru, and hopefully soon Gumiho as he comes on back here. Anyway, you know what I said about wanting to see a Banshee opener from Gumiho? Well, it's game number 9. He saved the build for now. I don't know how well it's going to work for him just yet, but it's going to be rather interesting indeed. Cure's really good too, but Cure doesn't have offline results. Like, it's funny. Cure wins every single EPT Cup. In fact, this year in 2021 alone, by winning so many EPT Cups, he's pretty much earned himself like top 12 in the GSL in terms of top 12 in one GSL season in terms of prize pool. I'm just saying his offline events, his offline results don't match his online results. I can't tell you why. Anyway. All right, so now, yeah. Oh, look at this block. Look at that. Oh, man. The warp in block there makes it. And there we go. The gateway's going to be canceled, too. Hellion is dead. Well done from Classic. That was just damn sexy. And you know what? Here's another thing. This is a robo opener from Classic. He has his observer out. Friends, he has bought an observer. How insane is that? He's bought an observer. Unlike the previous game on 2000 Atmospheres, where he just doggedly says, I have better uses for my robo. No big deal. But oh, the observer's running onto the other side of the map here. So the Banshee may actually be able to dive on in and get some sort of damage here. We will see at least one probe go down. Observer. Second observer is getting chronoed on out. Actually, not even getting chronoed out, but it's going to come on out here. 4 workers die immediately. The stalkers are now on top of it, and the observer is going to be there rather soon. So Banshee number 1 is going to get 4 workers. Banshee number 2 is going to find its way on into the natural here, and we're going to need 1 more observer. All right, you need to get pretty much you need 1 for base when it is cloaked Banshee like this, and this observer is on the high ground. It's tracking what the Terran's doing, so that's necessary there. Stalkers are going to be able to blink on in, but there we go. Now we're fine. And we have shield batteries in the Mineral Lines Classic. It's like, oh yeah, I should get those units. What I also love watching from Classic, it's kind of funny. The first time in this series he built a shield battery was the second game he lost and what started a streak of losing 3 games in a row. So I don't know, maybe getting shield batteries means he's going to die. We're going to have to find out here. Anyways. Third base is going to get started for Gumiho, but this is a committed push, right? +1 stim combat shield, but he's getting more tanks, right? It's going to be 2 tanks in this push, not just the 1 that one might normally see. And yeah, so 2 tanks underway. Observer does see all of this. Third base is going to get built on location, I think, eventually. And charge is done. That's going to be rather nice here. We're going up to 8 gateways. So Classic's going to have everything he needs to hold off this push. His army's value is not great yet, but again, the Stalker's doing a great job of just picking off Marines, right? You pick off 2, you blink back, pick off 2, blink back, keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. And it's just going to be Archons. We will not have a Storm in this game, although, you know what, this Banshee is continuing to find value. Three, four workers, 7 workers do go down. I'm sorry. As the energy from the shield battery in the natural has been roughly expended. And by the way, Banshees can kill probes through a shield battery. They slightly overkill the... they do 25 damage, so it takes 4... yeah, they do 25 damage, so it takes 4 shots of a Banshee to kill off a probe when there is a shield battery healing things back up. But so, let's see. Classic, he's now down a couple workers, and something got... Did I hear something get recalled? No, there's cloak being turned down. Okay. He's doing math on stream again. It's okay because I'm getting a PhD, so at the very least I can do 1 + 1. Yeah, interestingly enough, Gumiho not really interested in committing to this push. Probably, as someone in chat says, because he thinks that there is Storm, right? And, you know, there's always an opportunity. When you go for a timing like this, I mean, you can still get your third base at a decent time. He's not great, but it's not the end of the world. Especially if you are managing to get, you know, 13 probes with your Banshee, and one of them even gets out. You can providing room for more damage there. So +1 now underway for Classic. That does mean he will be late on upgrades compared to the Terran. This is something that we've seen all series, and it really hasn't stopped him all that much. And oh yeah, so he has broken the wall down this time. Unlike that last game where he's like, I can't engage for forever. He is mining the wall out now. And that's gonna be rather nice if we do ever see some sort of big tank push from earlier on. But also Gumiho, someone said he doesn't make ghosts. Well, those are ghosts. And unfortunately, it's not a PhD in StarCraft 2. It's a PhD in robotics, which I guess technically is a PhD in Protoss. Now we're gonna have storms on top of this entire army. The Warp Prism is gonna lose all of its shields, but nothing else. Your Stalkers warping on forward. Now Classic's gonna try to break things, but his army supply, it's not great just yet. Actually, there's gonna be a recall because of drop on in the natural. Half the army is gonna be forced to recall. Half the army is gonna look to run on home. And Classic, he's just gonna have to get his 4th base. He gets some really nice storms on that army, but it's not going to be enough. And did he see the ghosts? Does he know he needs to transition into something more than just this army that he is building? I'm not sure. But already Gumiho's getting ready for that too, because we have Viking attack. We have air attack coming on in for Classic or for Gumiho, which means those Vikings, they're going to be able to knock down the Warp Prism very well, and any Colossus that comes out, because it will be double Robo Colossus behind this. Well, it's going to get knocked down rather fast indeed. Yeah, Classic is I thought the Classic first stream was yesterday, but I'm not sure. But I know he will be streaming a little bit. All right, oh, Stalker's getting some nice blinks here. 2 ghosts go down immediately, which means there's just less EMP for those storms. The storms are gonna land on top of everything. Classic looks like Gumiho looks like he doesn't quite have the raincoat he needs, but honestly, you know what? As I say that, the army of Classic, it is just Stalkers now. One more storm is not gonna land here. It's gonna be, oh, it's another one. We do have one more, and now, well, actually, yeah, Classic has broken this base. He's done more than that. He has broken this series. A GG Classic in 9 games. The script says Classic wins, and he does.